Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the awesome Aurora 4X. Okay, we're going to continue on today. And at the end of the last episode, I was trying to get the additional classes to show up here. And I think it was already done. Once I got off camera, it was like there. So I'm not sure what I did. I missed something when I was doing this. But yeah, we can build both of these designs at our shipyard. And what I was doing in here is I was trying to get these designs so that we could figure out how big our shipyard needed to be. So I think I got these pretty much designed at this point. This is our colony ship, the Goober Slot, and we have 4 engines on it. It's actually quite big. So it's going to move pretty quick. And this is our colony ship. Now the thing about colony ships I've noticed in my off-camera games is by the time I get these things built, and they build pretty slow. They build slower than the freighters for whatever reason. The civilian sector usually kicks in and starts shunting colonists around anyways, so this just usually ends up sitting around. But we can shunt our geology teams around and everything with this ship anyways, so it's not going to be totally useless or anything. And maybe the private sector won't actually, or the civilian sector won't kick in right away. So let's just have another quick look here. Okay, we got cryogenic transports. We can haul 70,000 people at a time. I seem to get that up to 100,000 in my off-camera games. So am I going to tweak this out a bit more, or should I just go with this? I think I'm just going to go with this just to get things going because, like I said, colony ships for shunting colonists, at least at this point in the game, isn't really a huge deal. So chances are I'll get this retrofitted at some point. We'll be a little better off. But this thing has an 8-hour and 45-minute offload time. And we come into the JR Todd, which is our freighter. Better set that or I'll be confused later. It doesn't take much to confuse me, as you all know. There's freighter. Okay. Okay, we got 2 engines on this. How come we got 4 engines on the other one? I seem to remember only using 2. Yes, I only seem to remember using 2 engines on my off-camera games. 822 per second is a speed. And this is 390 per second. Yeah. I'm not sure. I could make this a little quicker, though. Yeah, I'd start fiddling with this again. I might just do that, but I'm going to pause the recording to do that. I don't want to sit here and bore you guys while I do it, so just hold on a sec. All right, good news is we got everything sorted out this way. So if we come down to our Goober Slot, we can also build the JR Todd. The bad news is it's quite a bit bigger. We're going to have to retool again for another 10,000, which is going to take some time, unfortunately. But what we'll do is probably pre-build the engines we need. We're going to need 8 engines total, and I'm just looking to see. What I did is I made sure both designs had 4 engines on them. These things are going to go fairly fast, 653 kilometers per second. I also added some more fuel. They only had 50,000 liters, so I've added some more fuel capacity to them. That's what's actually brought the size up quite a bit. So I don't think I fooled around with anything else. That's all I did to these designs. So we need 8 engines total, and we're going to need 6 and 14 cargo handling systems. So I'm going to pre-build those at our factories, I think. I'm going to try because we're not going to be able to build these ships until I increase our slipways again one more time. One more thing I want to do in these designs is I want to click the conscript buttons here. And basically this will just give green officers to command these ships. We won't be using our highly experienced people in these ships. So that'll just assign low-end officers, and they'll rank up with experience just flying these things around, and then maybe get shunted off to more important positions later. Okay, I think that's about all we need to do, but we have to make sure we retool to the Goober Slot, the colony ship, or we won't get this benefit. Okay, so let's come back in. Make sure that we remember to do this on the proper shipyard. Right now, I'm going to cancel this. Who was it that was saying this? Oh, 83 Atham. He was mentioning that if we put this on continuous expansion, both of these, so that the slipway sizes keep growing continuously, it increases our modification rate rather than doing this kind of thing manually. So I think I'm going to, this was a mistake anyways. I didn't really actually mean to do this. So I'm going to cancel this. So we're going to have no activity here. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to put that under continuous. And we'll set activity. But for this one, I'm just going to go straight with another 10,000 just so I get a warning of when this is done, because I want to get in here and get those ships building quite soon. So let's get that done. And we'll just add that. And then after that, we'll do the continuous expansion after that as well. All right, so what else do we need to look at here? Okay, industries. What are we doing? We have 25% unused construction. So I'm going to come down to, do we have anything in our stockpiles? I already built 20 of these. Okay. I'm going to get confused because I've played like 5 different games since I touched this one, so I don't know where I've left things. So we got tons of these engines. We don't really need them, but we can disassemble any extras if we go to better technology. But it's going to be nice that we have those in here and won't have to worry about it. And I needed some cargo handling systems as well, which we can pre-build. I think. Yeah, right there. And what did I say needed? 14, 8, and 6, I think. 14. And we use the 25% to get that done. So we'll create that. And that'll be done somewhat soonish, March. Okay. So we'll get that going. And they'll be done. And when we get around to building the ships, it'll be just a bit quicker. So it's unfortunate I got to do this. Normally I'd go up to 33 on my off-camera games, and I'm pretty good. But we're going to have to go another 10,000 expansion on that. Okay, so one thing we need to look at this point is maybe some, just trying to determine just where we're going to put some colonies. I think Mars and the Moon are definitely, let's see, what's the button for that? This one? Potential colonies. Yeah, Mars and the Moon are definite. We need to grab those. And anything with heavy mineral output or anything with heavy mineral concentrations, we'll probably throw a colony on as well. So first of all, let's maybe get Mars. Where's Mars? Right here. So we can like click on Mars, right click, populations, create colony. Then we can do the same thing to the Moon too. We'll just zoom in and do that. There's probably another way to do this as well, but we'll create colony there. So now that when we come in here, we can see we have 2 more colonies. Okay, so we're going to have to get some infrastructure over here. That'll be our freighters' first jobs, is to get some infrastructure sorted out. So there's nothing on the Moon, but we're going to send a geology team here anyways once we get a colony ship built and be able to shunt teams around. We'll send one here anyways. They might find something. And it was pointed out, I did a geological survey of Earth, and somebody pointed out that there's never anything more on Earth. We have to consider that fully explored, and I did find that out during my off-camera games. So yeah, I think it was Blix that pointed that out. So there's nothing on Luna or Mars, so we'll have to get a team there, and hopefully there's something there. One of my off-camera games, there's just trace amounts like 0.1 accessibility, and there's a couple of things. And what I did is any automated mines I built, I just parked them here. If I was in the middle of shunting them around elsewhere, I would park my excess here, because they would just mine anyways, throw a mass driver on it, and they would just mine anyways, regardless of the crappy output. If they're just sitting around, you might as well have them mining, right? So that's how I worked one of my off-camera games. So we'll see if that works in this one. So we got 2 more colonies there. Now we need to go and have a look at, where are we here? I can never remember what these buttons are for. Is it this one? Yeah, this one. Okay. So let's have a look. Okay, Dranium. Is there any others in the system? Okay, we have Ganymede, which has quite a bit at 0.9 accessibility. I believe that's a moon. I believe that's a moon of Saturn. I'm not up on my astrology, so I might be making mistakes here. But we could probably throw a colony there. It's good accessibility, and there's a lot of it. And it's if we're going to colonize it, we'll probably just put automated mines on it. But if we're going to colonize it, it would be quite expensive, I think. Not as expensive as Mercury. So we'll create a colony there, and that's denoted with the C. What else do we have here? Some good accessibilities here. Mercury, I think we're going to do. There's some other stuff here as well. Iridium at 0.5. neutronium at 0.5. So we'll throw some automated mines on that as well. The reason I'm doing this is just to sort of claim it for ourselves. Once the civilian sector comes in, they start throwing civilian mines on some of this stuff, and then you have to actually pay to get the resources off them, the way I understand it anyways. So by claiming it as a colony of our own, then I think that makes sure they don't do that. So anything with decent amount of stuff, I'm probably going to do this. So this might be a little tedious to watch. Europa, I think, is another good one. We got Duranium. Duranium is our resource that's selected right now. And then these are our secondary resources here. It's got some Mercasium, 500,000 tons of that. And Tritanium, 500,000 tons of that. At half decent accessibility, well, 985 tons of that. At half decent accessibility. So I think Europa is another one. IO only has 0.6, but it has 5 million of them. It might be worth it. We got Wolf Harrington here. That's a comet. We'll have to look and see where that is at the moment. When we go to do it. If it's around us and close by, then we'll maybe throw a mass driver and a mine on it. But until we know where it is, I'm not going to bother. Should I bother with IO? 0.6, 5 million? Well, we'll do it anyways. It doesn't really cost anything just to claim it like this. I don't think it costs anything to have them classified as a colony. All right, let's see what else we have here. Neutronium. Okay, we've already got Europa. And there's Earth. Dione. Decent. Not sure where that is, though. It must be an asteroid, 0.2 gravity. 0.02 gravity. Certainly a smaller body. Like some of these lower amounts, we can let the civilian sector maybe shunt around for us. Well, maybe we'll come back to that one later. Venus, I think we definitely want to do. Yeah, Sorium 0.9 and 12 million tons of it. Yeah, we'll definitely want to do Venus. So let's create that. Titan. It's another moon. 0.6. Well, let's just do this. I think we can abandon it later if we decide we don't want it. So that's Tritanium. Where else are we going here? Boronide. Okay. Callisto. Not sure what Callisto is off the top of my head. We can go look this up, but I think we'll just play it like this. There's 1 million tons of it, 0.7. Oh, let's just do that. And there's still more stuff to be explored too. So, Mercasium. There's Wolf Harrington again. Jupiter. Somebody was mentioned to check Jupiter. I think it was Gooberslot. We got 500,000 tons at 0.1, but we can't put a colony on it because it's a gas giant. Neither one of these. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, didn't think so. Yeah, we can't put a colony on it, but we can make tankers with extractors and just park them around there and extract the fuel from them from orbit. Okay, so that's Sorium, Iridium. And there's Dione again. I wonder if I shouldn't almost tag that. Almost 100,000. There's Corbomite there too, so let's just do that one as well. This might actually confuse the game later that I've got so much stuff here. So Iris. Okay, so I think that's about it. And we'll come back in, have a look, see how many things we got. We got lots. So how many automated mines do we have? 10. So we got to get some more of those built. But at least we have these sort of bookmarked for ourselves. Another way to look through the minerals is to do this. It just sort of gives you a list there. Yeah, so Wolf Harrington, we should maybe see where that is. You are, oops, way out. You're heading out now, so we don't have the freighters ready anyways, but hopefully when it's on its way back in, we can maybe send a freighter with a mass driver and another freighter with a couple of mines or something, and get some mines in there. Yeah, but we'll be just chasing it all the way out, so there's no point in doing it right now. Okay, so that's kind of the mining plan at the moment of what we've discovered. We haven't really discovered a whole lot. One other thing we can do is we can take our deep scan exploration geological survey vessels and we can upgrade them to the new engines and make them quicker. Well, maybe just to get things going, we'll do that at another date because we're halfway into this episode. I haven't done anything yet. So I've been sort of getting used to the auto turns. I just want to maybe verify that we got everything up and running properly. Got all that. We did our shipyards. Research is good. Okay. Yeah, so I've been using the auto turns a bit. I've been sort of using it at 5-day chunks. So let's just hit that. It'll be interesting to see how fast this runs while I'm recording. Yeah, it's pretty slow. But once I get my new video card, I'll offload the recording to the GPU, and that'll free up the CPU to process this stuff a little quicker. At least that's the plan. Okay, construction of cargo handling systems are done on Earth. So, I think we probably got all of those that we need. Yeah, 14 I think was the number. Might actually build 2 freighters now that I'm thinking of it. I had a colony ship and a freighter in mind, but I think I'll do 2 freighters. And how many cargo handling do our freighters require? 6. So let's build 6 more of those. And then we can build 2 of those and 2 freighters and a colony ship. So cryogenic transport, we'll take 6 more, please, and we'll use 25% of our capacity. Okay. And we'll carry on. I could actually bring this guy in, maybe. He's pretty close. We could get him in and refit and back out working fairly quickly. Yeah, maybe. Let's get this research lab allocated. Might as well just give it to you. That'll give us 9. And then I'm going to start splitting the research up and get some of these guys working. Even if we give each one lab, it'll help with their bonuses. And should I do that now? Yeah, give it a minute. Like I said, I've been yapping for 15 minutes so far this episode. I guess we'll get some stuff done. Oh, we had a scientist increase their bonus. Oh, political reliability. We can shut that political reliability notice off, I think. I think somebody said that. Not a big deal. I just got to get used to seeing these notices. I've been working with the auto turns a bit, so I'm sort of getting to the point where I can scan these a little better and I can just carry on. And hopefully have something happen here soon. I guess I could go to 30 days. Cryogenic transport is completed on Earth. So we now have 6 of them. Oh, they do the wrong thing. Oh, man. Cargo handling systems. I could have swore I selected that. I guess I didn't. Okay, well, we'll build 6 of these now then. We'll need them. 25%. Create. Derp, derp, derp. Yep, let's derp away at Aurora. And there's our cargo handling system. So we should have enough supplies stockpiled to get some stuff constructed once these shipyards are done. Okay, I think I am going to bring our deep scan in to get refitted. So let's maybe redesign that. Okay, so that is the surveyor. So I'm just going to copy design, and then we'll rename this design. We'll just call it a Mark II. That's okay. So this has conventional armor on it, and we have since researched uranium armor. So if we want to update this, all we have to do is come down and hit new armor. Boom. That makes us quite a bit lighter. And we'll take that engine off. We'll put one of these on. And instead of 62 kilometers per second, 1712 kilometers per second. And I think we should be able to... Yes, we won't have to retool to do this. I'll be able to just outright build it. I think. Hang on, might be wrong on that. It's retooled to this. No. Yeah, I think you have to go with... Yeah, because we'd have to retool to the Mark II. We could build the initial surveyor then. I wonder if I just... We're lighter is the problem, so I wonder if I just put another geological survey sensor on here. Is that going to help? No. How big is the surveyor? It's not by weight either. Component summary. Initially, I thought you had to be within 20% of the tons. Unfortunately, size in tons. There we go. The size here was listed in hull size. So it was, say our engines here are 50 hull size. If we list this in tons, you can see it's 2,500 tons, which kind of makes a bit more sense when you're looking at this in this screen, when you're dealing with this. I'm going to play with this just a bit. I'm just going to pause the video and play with this and see if I can get this to go without having to retool. Okay, I can't get this to actually happen. I think what the big problem is, like I've been fiddling around, taking things off and trying to get it done, and I was able to do it in my off-camera game, no problem, but the thing is, in my off-camera games, I actually had Duranian armor on the initial design, whereas on our design here, we have conventional armor. My off-camera games, I've been waiting a little longer and getting Duranian armor right out the gate, so I haven't even been using conventional armor. So I think maybe because I'm switching armor types, it's kind of messing up this stuff. We can go the other way. We can retool to this and be able to build that, but I can't seem to get it to go the other way through the surveyor. So we're going to have to retool to do this. Probably not going to be a big deal because we are expanding our shipyards, and it's going to be big enough to handle this no problem. So I don't think, and plus we got some time, so I'm not going to worry about the retool too much. It might not take that long. But basically, here's our ship now. We're going to go 1,666 kilometers per second. 120 deployment time again. Added some fuel, so we're going to be able to go for a good year at full burn. Or 2 years, just about. I'm going to leave the deployment time where it is. I've run into problems before where you have to, your morale drops, you have to bring them home and sit around the home world for a while to actually get your morale back up. So, yeah, I'm not going to change this at all. So I think that's going to be our new design for these. This will be much quicker. I could... Our shipyard's beyond 4,000 tons capacity now anyways, so I could just maybe speed up the survey a bit quicker too, which I think I'll do. Okay. Just out of curiosity, that didn't help us out, did it? No. Okay. Yeah, I think it has something to do with the armor because this worked perfectly in my off-camera games. So anyways, I'm not going to dwell on that too much. So let's get out of here and let's go retool for that. I was hoping we'd be able to... Ah, yeah, we're up to 7,300 already. Perfect. Okay, so construction of the GE Surveyor. No, so we're going to have to retool to that. Wonder how long that'll take. And we'll be the Mark II. And doesn't tell me how long, so we'll have to set activity. Oh. I guess we can't continuously expand while we retool. Ah, okay, well, we'll cancel that activity then. And then we'll retool for the Mark II. And that is going to take, well, a couple months. So we'll let that happen, and once that's over, we'll bring that surveyor ship in, and we'll get that tuned up to go a little quicker. Oh, did I set my... hang on. Did I set my industries up again? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. We still have 25% available here. Now, because we got all of these places we want to actually get mining, we're going to need many, many more automated mines and many, many more mass drivers. Automated mines. Okay, well maybe I'll get, what do we got here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, with 2 of them that are potential colonies. One thing I like to do is go group by function. It just makes this a little cleaner. There. So these are actual colonies up here, and these are our other colonies for mining or whatever. So it just kind of separates them out a little easier to look at. And later on, once this list populates, it'll be a little easier to look at as well. All right, so yeah, I guess automated mines is a big thing we're going to need. Mass drivers, we got 6 of them, so we can get started with that. So let's get some more mines going first. So automated mine, I don't know, give me 10 more, I guess. Not sure exactly, I forget how long that's taking, but I don't think it takes too long. Automated mine, done next year, so about a year. So we'll do 10 of those. And research labs are still going. Okay, carry on. Oh, our lieutenant killed in an accident. Unfortunate. I guess I should. I keep thinking, man, this has to be awful quiet. I keep thinking I should get music going, but music is such a touchy thing. I mean, if you get the wrong kind of music, then people don't want to watch the video, and I guess it gets something lowbrow in the background or something, but then I'm taking the chance with a YouTube copyright system. I've been pretty good with that the whole time I've been on YouTube. And we got another research lab done. And we'll just add to that. We have 10 now, so we're going to get this finished, and then maybe we'll split these guys up a bit and start getting them some experience. Should have something coming up here somewhat shortly. Okay, research rate 240 is finished. So our research is going to go a little quicker now. So each lab does 240 research points instead of 200. Beautiful. All right, so what areas do we not have anybody in? Do we have a biology? Yes. Construction? Yes. Defensive systems? We don't have anybody in defensive systems. Energy weapons, logistics, missiles. Yep. Power and propulsion. Yep. And sensors and fire control. So defensive systems, the only place we don't have anybody, which is unfortunate. What we can do is we can get rid of some of these 0%. We can dismiss them, and I think our spawn rate is a bit better if we have more spots available. Is something I think I've heard. And another thing we can do is maybe put another level on our military academy, get up to level 3, and that'll spawn them a bit quicker as well. I won't dismiss anybody yet, but that's kind of one thing we can do. So I think what I'm going to do is just come up to biology, and let's see, maybe we'll just do terraforming module, and we'll get Jamie Parks on that with 1 lab. I'll give everybody 1 lab, and then we'll distribute any extras after we're done. Okay, so we'll get him. It's going to be forever, but at least he's working on it. Okay, so construction production, I think we got a pretty good guy here, but I think we'll put Sam Rowe getting construction rate. That'll help our factories. Okay, and again, I'm just going to give him 1 for the moment, just to bookmark this. All right, defensive systems, we don't have anybody, but I could maybe stick one of these 0% in, or maybe one of our duplicates. We have a duplicate. Yeah, we got a power and propulsion duplicate here. Well, maybe we'll wait on it. We'll just skip over that one for a minute. Energy weapons, we got Elliot Andrew, and I have no idea. How about meson focusing then? We'll create that with 1 lab. Okay, energy weapons, logistics. Always stuff in logistics, I'm sure. And that's Aiden Lawrence. Improved cargo handling would be nice, but that's pretty expensive. You'll be forever doing that. Yeah, half the problem is just figuring out what you need. Combat drop module, boat bay, additional maintenance storage. Construction brigade. What's this? Ground unit. A ship module is added to the total maintenance facilities of a population. Okay. Well, let's just pick orbital habitable. There's a nice cheap one. Yeah, we'll just get that one because I'm just going to put one lab on this for now. We need all this eventually, so not a big deal. Okay, so logistics. We got missiles. We got Oscar Crawford on missiles. I think I saw somebody prioritizing that stuff, the Gauss cannons. Since I have no idea why, we'll just do it. Oops, 6 labs. No, we don't want that right now. Just give you a 1. Okay, so there's missiles, power and propulsion. I guess at least Stewart, and I'm sure we can find something to do in here, such as jump point theory, maybe, or pebble bed reactors. I think that leads to better reactor technology, which might be useful. Jump point theory we're going to need eventually, but whether we need it right now, just do this one instead. We'll do the pebble bed reactors. And we got one more area, sensors and fire control. We got Rebecca Page. Electronic hardening, I seem to remember being something. Protects electronic systems against anti-electronic weapons. Okay. So electromagnetic weaponry. Okay, well, do that. Just to get these guys working in their various fields. Okay, I still have 4 research labs. Oh, no, I don't. I guess I used them all. Yeah, used them all here. Just trying to think what we should prioritize here. I guess the construction rate. So let's remove labs from here. And we'll go with construction rate. We'll add them here. It's still a ways away. Yeah, I've spread this out pretty thin. But that's okay. We're going to get more labs here as we go. Hopefully, somewhat soon. And the next one's going to be a little bit. Okay, so that's that. And we are at the end of the episode. So I think we made some headway. How much longer for that shipyard retool? November 31. Okay, so another. Okay, well, maybe we'll just click this over. One more. Okay, retooled. So I'm going to put this back on continual expansion. We'll set activity. And we will bring that one ship home. We'll get you retooled so you work a little quicker. So deep scan task group. Oops. Deep scan. Okay. One thing I want to do is take this off right now. I found that when I bring them home for refit, if I go past the interval where they get there, they turn around and go back out. So I'm just going to take this mission off for now. And we'll close that, but Earth will get you to move to Earth. And we'll cancel that. And we'll get you to move to Earth. And then once you get there, we'll get you refitted. And we'll do that next episode. Excellent. All right, until next time.